Have you ever noticed something strange? The moment you become less available, people suddenly become more interested in you. But when you are always there, always replying, always helping, always making time, something changes. They stop appreciating you. They take longer to reply. They cancel plans without feeling guilty. They assume you will understand. And eventually, the person who once valued your presence begins treating it like an inconvenience. The uncomfortable truth is this: sometimes people do not lose respect for you because you did something wrong. They lose respect because they learned that your attention has no cost. And once someone believes they can access you whenever they want, your value can quietly change in their mind. This is Coded Soul, a place where we examine the hidden psychology behind human behavior, power, manipulation, respect, and the motives people rarely say out loud. And today, we are looking at a psychological pattern you may have experienced without realizing it. Why people sometimes stop respecting you when you become too available. Being available is not a weakness. Caring is not a weakness. Being generous with your time is not a weakness. The problem begins when your availability becomes predictable. When someone knows you will always answer, they stop wondering whether you will answer. When someone knows you will always forgive, they stop being careful with your feelings. When someone knows you will always be there, your presence can slowly become invisible. This is one of the strange patterns of human psychology. People often pay more attention to what they might lose than to what they already have. Think about it. You can spend months giving someone your attention. You reply quickly. You check on them. You listen to their problems. You make sacrifices. You rearrange your schedule. But the moment you stop doing these things, they suddenly notice. Are you okay? Why are you acting different? You've changed. Sometimes you have not changed at all. You simply stopped overgiving. And that is when the other person finally realizes how much access they had to you. Human beings naturally adapt to what becomes familiar. The first time someone does something kind for you, you notice it. The 10th time, you expect it. The 100th time, you may feel entitled to it. This does not mean everyone is selfish, but it does mean people can become psychologically accustomed to your effort. Imagine a friend who always calls you. At first, you appreciate it. Then it becomes normal. Then you start assuming they will call tomorrow. Eventually, you stop calling them first. Why? Because your brain has already classified their attention as guaranteed. Now imagine that friend suddenly becomes busy. They stop calling. They stop replying immediately. They begin focusing on their own life. Suddenly you feel their absence. Not necessarily because you suddenly love them more, but because something you considered permanent has become uncertain. This is why scarcity can increase attention, and why unlimited access can reduce it. But there is something deeper happening here. The issue is not simply that people value what is rare. The issue is that your behavior teaches people how to treat you. Every time you tolerate something, you communicate what you are willing to accept. Every time you abandon your own priorities to accommodate someone, you teach them that their priorities come first. Every time you remain available after being repeatedly disrespected, you remove the consequences of disrespect. And human behavior responds strongly to consequences. If bad behavior produces no cost, there is little reason for someone to change it. Imagine a woman named Sarah. Whenever her boyfriend calls, she answers, even when she is working, even when she is sleeping, even when she has plans with friends. If he wants to see her at 10 p.m., she cancels what she is doing. If he needs emotional support, she is there. If he disappears for 2 days, she accepts his excuse. She tells herself, "I just love him," but slowly something changes. Her boyfriend stops making an effort. He does not plan dates anymore. He becomes careless with her time. He knows she will be there, so why should he try harder? Then one day, Sarah becomes tired. She stops responding immediately. She starts spending time with her friends. She stops canceling her plans. She begins protecting her own time. Suddenly, her boyfriend becomes more attentive. He starts asking where she is. He wants to see her more. He notices when she does not reply. Now Sarah may think, "Finally, he realizes my value," but there is another possibility. He may not have suddenly discovered her value. He may have simply noticed that his access to her is no longer guaranteed. That distinction matters, because if someone only values you when they fear losing access to you, that is not necessarily love. Sometimes it is attachment to control. There is an uncomfortable truth about respect. Respect is rarely lost in one moment. It disappears in patterns. You allow someone to interrupt you once, then again. Then eventually they stop listening when you speak. You forgive the same betrayal repeatedly. Eventually your forgiveness becomes expected. You keep chasing someone who gives you the bare minimum. Eventually they learn that they can give you less and still keep you. This is where the psychology becomes uncomfortable. People often respond to the boundaries you enforce, not the boundaries you talk about. You can say, "Don't treat me like that," but if you continue rewarding the behavior with your attention, your words become meaningless. The human mind pays attention to patterns, not promises, not explanations. Patterns, not the boundaries you talk about. You can say, but if you continue rewarding the behavior with your attention, your words become meaningless. The human mind pays attention to patterns, not promises, not explanations. Patterns. That is why your behavior communicates more than your words ever could. If you constantly say yes while secretly feeling resentful, people will not remember your resentment. They will remember your yes. If you repeatedly accept disrespect because you are afraid someone will leave, they may eventually learn that losing your self-respect is the price of keeping them, and that is a terrible trade. There is a difference between being emotionally available and abandoning yourself to remain available. The first is healthy. The second slowly destroys your position in a relationship. You answer every message even when you need rest. You solve everyone's problems while ignoring your own. You make yourself emotionally responsible for people who never carry your emotional weight. You become the person everyone runs to, but nobody checks on. And eventually you start wondering why you feel invisible. The answer may be painful. You have become so focused on being needed that you forgot to be respected. Being needed and being respected are not the same thing. Someone can need you and still not value you. A person may need your money, your attention, your emotional support, your forgiveness, your connections, your availability. But the moment you stop providing these things, you discover what the relationship was actually built on. This is why distance can reveal truth. When you step back, you begin to see who reaches for you, who only appears when they need something, who respects your boundaries, and who becomes angry because they can no longer control your access. Sometimes, your absence does not change people. It reveals them. The answer is not to become cold. You do not need to play games. You do not need to intentionally ignore people. You do not need to pretend you are busy when you are not. That is not power. That is performance. Real power is having a life that does not collapse when someone needs your attention. You can care about someone without making them your entire world. You can love someone without abandoning your own priorities. You can answer when you are free and not feel guilty when you are not. You can help people without becoming responsible for saving them. You can forgive without giving unlimited access. This is what selective availability really means. Your time has structure. Your attention has boundaries. Your presence is valuable because it comes from choice, not desperation. There is a subtle psychological difference between saying, "I am always here because I have nothing else," and saying, "I am here because I choose to be." The first creates dependence. The second creates respect. Perhaps the greatest lesson is not about how other people treat you. It is about what your availability reveals about you. Sometimes you're not afraid of being unavailable. You are afraid of becoming unnecessary. You fear that if you stop helping, they will leave. If you stop replying, they will find someone else. If you stop forgiving, the relationship will end. So you keep giving, not because you want to, but because you are afraid of what happens when you stop. And this is where people can become vulnerable to manipulation. Manipulators do not create weakness. They look for it. If someone discovers that you are terrified of disappointing them, they may learn to use your guilt. If they discover that you cannot tolerate being ignored, they may use silence. If they discover that you fear abandonment, they may threaten to leave. The moment someone learns which emotional button controls you, they know how to influence your behavior. That is why emotional intelligence is not only about understanding other people. It is about understanding yourself. Know what you fear. Know what you tolerate. Know what you cannot say no to, because anything you cannot control within yourself can potentially be controlled by someone else. So should you become less available? Not exactly. You should become less predictable to people who have become careless with your presence. There is a difference. You do not need to disappear. You need to stop abandoning yourself. Stop answering every call because you are afraid of being forgotten. Stop saying yes because you are afraid of being rejected. Stop giving unlimited access to people who offer limited respect. And most importantly, stop confusing your usefulness with your value. You are not valuable because people need you. You are valuable because you are you. The right people will not respect you only when you become distant. They will respect you because they understand that your time, your energy, and your presence are not things they are entitled to. Remember this: respect is rarely lost in one dramatic moment. It disappears in patterns. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not to make people miss you. It is to become so grounded in yourself that you no longer need to be constantly available to feel worthy. Because the moment you stop fearing that people will leave, you finally become free to see who is only staying because you made it easy for them. And that is when you discover the difference between someone who values you and someone who simply values access to you.